Welcome to another episode of Dad's Rules with Kevin Belzer and Melissa Belzer. We are road tripping from Arizona to Iowa. We just got into New Mexico about 20-ish minutes ago and had to juice up the phone and whatnot. But we did stop at the Welcome Center in New Mexico. Melissa bragged about the cleanliness of the women's restrooms.
Very good. Smelled good. It was clean. It was nice.
There you go. They got you hooked up there. And when we were leaving, they gave me a magazine that has like things to do in New Mexico, because we always complain about New Mexico when we come through. And I think part of the issue has to do with where they put the highway and stuff, because there is beautiful things in the state. You got a lot of mesas and stuff like that. We see some of them, but a lot of the drive through New Mexico where the I-40 is just boring. Yeah, that's the easiest way to describe it, is boring. There's some things that are okay, and then just a lot of blah, blah, blah.
You can take a photo and clip it in later.
Nope, can't add photos. I can add videos.
Well, I can add it in the comments.
Remember, you have to speak up because we're dealing with road noise.
Okay. I'm not talking yet.
So, I'm going to have Melissa look over the top 10 things to do in New Mexico, and we'll see if we agree or not. Because I looked through some of them already. Okay. But anyway, what's the first one?
It says the history.
Okay, so the history is one of the top 10 reasons to be here. Do they give you any examples?
Yeah, well, because they give 5 places to experience it, and whether it's 50, 100, or 500 years ago. They're talking about how New Mexicans speak about their history with a fiery passion. So the 5 places to experience are the New Mexico History Museum, the New Mexico Museum of Natural History and Science, the Chaco Culture National Historical Park, the Lincoln Historic Site, and Los Alamos History Museum. So I don't know if any of you have been to any of those. I have not. So that's where you can, those are the options for experiencing history if you're a history buff.
We're going to get by this truck. He just swerved off the road and like, back on. That's good times.
Because they get tired and I wish they'd stop.
What's number 2?
The Chile? From the small chili patches in the north. Chile?
Yeah, Chile.
The patches in the north to the vast agri-huertas or irrigated fields of the south. The state's legacy, Chile, runs deep in our soils and our souls.
Yeah, Patch Chili. Good stuff. I do actually recommend that. So there is something positive about the state of New Mexico. So what's the next one?
Okay. Indigenous ways.
So probably the Indian culture?
The teachings are memorialized by the concept of sod, which is the guiding knowledge or wisdom in the songs, prayers, stories, and teachings.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What's the next one?
Spanish traditions.
This is number 4.
Yeah, I'm probably going to butcher it. Acequia culture is part of the soul of New Mexico.
Okay.
I just want to see what it is. Backyard markets, gardens, orchards, and stuff like that.
I like markets.
All over the state. Yeah, so it's that kind of thing all over the states.
So markets and stuff like that.
Yeah, orchards, pastures.
I see an Adobe building on the page you're on too.
Yeah, I don't know where, maybe. The land.
Okay, so is that number 6 or 5? 5. 5 is the land.
Yes, it says our state provides not only spectacular recreation, but also the ease and accessibility to connect with the rich history of our state. The food. Olga Garcia, co-owner and head chef of El Paragua in Española. Everything's homemade every day, every component.
So they're talking about a specific place.
And her mother, said don't rush to make what you're making.
You know, I have heard that the food in New Mexico is pretty good.
Yeah.
We generally are coming through here when it's dark. So
there's nothing to look at ever.
Well, yeah, especially when it's dark.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's nothing.
We're just trying to get through the state. And honestly, a lot of times it's like when we're coming back from the Midwest or whatever, we're, even like when we've gone to the South, we know that we're one state from home. And I think we're just kind of over the whole travel at that point.
Yeah. 7 is the sky. Spending time under the dark night sky. There's connecting to the world of our ancestors. Feel the most sense of fulfillment. Speaking, it's coming from an astronomer. So apparently, if you like planetariums and stuff like that, Albuquerque, Sandia, Peak Tramway. There's different really great places if you're a sky watcher.
I would not think Albuquerque would be that great anymore since the city's really exploded.
You're going to have to be more remote where it's dark so you get good night sky with a telescope.
Yeah, because we have so much light pollution at night in a lot of cities. And it's not like regular pollution. It's light pollution. All that simply means is that you just can't see the stars because of all the light that's going on. Yeah.
The art, there's always play around. So we're not Pueblo known for jewelry, but we utilize it in our traditional activities. So they do it's part of their livelihood.
I could see having some pottery for
turquoise necklaces as well.
Yeah, I could see having some pottery around. But outside of that, I'm not a jewelry person. So yeah, maybe somebody else is and they want to see the Native American jewelry. That would be cool for them.
And it does say they're the major consumers of their own art, so
okay,
that's cool. Here's the Adobe. Artist paintings and old photos in books and magazines capture the Adobe. Let's see. Skimming, I didn't get to skim this.
I actually have sold in Arizona 2 Adobe structures.
Oh, cool.
One was a home built in the, I'd like to say the 20s in Phoenix, like really central Phoenix. And it was an Adobe home. It was very efficient because it's Adobe. So that was one. The other one, the structure had been on the property for as long as anybody knows. So when somebody came along and put a manufactured home on the property, in another section of the property was an old abandoned Adobe building on the property. And it had been turned into, part of the structure had been turned into a chicken coop of all things.
Oh, funny.
But you got the chickens out of the direct sun there. So it's actually kind of a smart way to do it.
Yeah.
And I bet there was no scorpions around when they had the chickens. Because chickens will freaking eat anything.
Yeah.
Did you know that chickens will eat chicken? If you cook chicken and give it to them, they'll eat it. They're freaking cannibals.
Is this an accident?
Maybe.
Oh, I don't know. So. I mean, nobody's in trouble. It's just parked. It talks about there's something about how it's built out of earth and materials that connects its inhabitants to La Tierra Sagrada, or Sacred Mother Earth, or whatever. So they give locations for that. And number 10, ghost towns. So that would not be for me.
Wouldn't be for you, but there is a whole trade of people that'll do the ghost towns through here, and obviously other states. They'll go into Arizona and they'll hit Jerome. Jerome is known for being a ghost town. They'll hit those. They'll hit a lot of the, out in the west, we have a lot of abandoned towns as well.
Right, but there's just nothing nearby then. It's just empty.
Well, yeah, what happened is a lot of these towns popped up for whatever, gold, silver, copper.
Right, that's what they said. It was for mining or agricultural.
Yeah, the resource dries up, the town has no purpose of being there because there's nothing around. Because if there's no river, there's no other commerce around, it's just done. And some of these towns, it's funny, they went from like thousands and thousands of people to being flat out abandoned, nobody there.
Yeah, which is crazy to think about.
All right, at page 93, there were some more examples. So we're going to give you something to love about New Mexico as we're traveling through.
Just want to see where it is. So 5 must-dos.
5 must-dos in central New Mexico. Yep.
Okay, so yeah, get up and away for cool museums, trippy trails, ancient pueblos, and the thrill of winning. Okay.
I believe that one they should be mentioning is they have a balloon fest here.
That's the main thing. Lift off at the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta.
That's one of the largest. I don't remember how many balloons it is, but it's like, I believe it's hundreds and hundreds of hot air balloons being launched there. It's like a whole thing.
Okay, I'm just trying to see how they've got this divided. It says tap into your interests, and then it talks about the different museums, the Science Center, Museum of Anthropology, Indian Pueblo Cultural Center, Bug Lights Christmas Museum.
Oh.
Didn't know that. Tinkertown Museum, Southwest Soaring Museum, and like Turquoise Museums, Telephone, Rattlesnake Museum. So lots of museums.
Number 2.
Explore new heights. Take the Sandia Peak Tramway high above the Duke City.
Is that the place that has a cross up on the hill?
Yeah, I guess maybe. It shows it here, but I don't know if that's what coordinates. Elevate the experience with a reservation at 10-3, so TEN, and then the number 3 for dinner or drinks. Consider hiking for the Crest House Nature Trail. Oh, this back to this tramway. It's a 15-minute trip to the top, delivers an 11,000 square mile panoramic view. Ooh, that'd be amazing.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I like hiking and stuff like that, so that'd be cool.
The Balloon Fiesta we already said it attracts more than 550 pilots. Rainbow Riders is the one that you can ride, rising 400 feet above the surrounding Rio Grande floodplain.
Okay.
Find your outdoor place. The I don't know how you say it. To Wilderness, near San Isidro, on the 2-mile Hoodoo Trail winds among rock spires and other unusual formations.
All right. What's number 3?
That is number 3.
Oh, okay.
So I kind of summed up number 2, the new heights where you can go to high stuff, like the balloon and an 11,000 square foot view. Oh yeah, outdoor. This is outdoor places. Rangrio Nature Center State Park, San Pedro Park's Wilderness, and Faulty Trail.
Okay.
They got
Number
different
4.
things. Travel an ancient path. Start at the Coronado Historic Site. So you get to go through, see murals and stuff like that. The Walatoa Visitor Center combines a museum and gift shop, native pottery, jewelry, and cultural gifts.
And who doesn't need gifts?
Right. And she got landscapes for you to look at too. Red Rock Trails, Jimenez National Historic Landmark, stone remnants of the 700-year-old, Chisua Pueblo, and the 17th century San Jose de los Jimenez Mission Church.
Oh, that's cool.
Get in the game. Santa Ana Star Casino Hotel.
Okay, so that's number 5.
Yeah.
Number 5 is
Sorry.
gambling.
Yeah, number 5 is the casinos. The Santa Ana Star Casino Hotel, Route 66 Casino Hotel, Downs Racetrack, Isleta Resort, Sandia.
I will say this though, is it because I don't gamble anymore. Stopped years ago. Because once you go to gambling school, you realize the odds are never in your favor. Well, except for craps. But the resorts are usually very, very nice. The rooms are very accommodating. Guest service is phenomenal, and the restaurants are top notch as well.
Yeah. You come to Arizona and you're in the Scottsdale area, stay at the Talking Stick. The rooms are fantastic.
Yeah, that'd be for Arizona, but for New Mexico, for all these states that have casinos.
Just saying the casino ones, they just seem to really do all the things.
So, apparently, there are things to do in New Mexico. In New Mexico, we did you wrong, and we're going to admit it. That there is stuff to do here.
Yep.
So if you're traveling through New Mexico, you may want to give yourself a little bit of time to go explore the state. We got, I don't know why a lot of Americans leave the country when we got all this cool stuff around right here stateside.
Maybe they seen it all and they got more to see. I don't know. I didn't do that much traveling, so.
50 states plus our territories. There's a lot to enjoy. All right, we're going to wrap it up there. That's our New Mexico special episode.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, why not?
I'm informed.
This was unplanned, which some of the unplanned stuff is the best stuff.
Yeah.
So, if you like the show, like, share, leave feedback, reviews, comments, subscribe. Get Dad's Real Swag shop on your way out. And until next time, go out and be the kick-ass adult I know you all can be. All right, we are at the New Mexico Welcome Center. We just crossed the border into New Mexico, making some killer time here, and absolutely love some of the mesas and stuff that you see over here. We just left right before you cross the border, you're leaving the Navajo Nation. And then went to the Welcome Center. They got a lot of cool stuff about New Mexico. Gave us a magazine which has some cool stuff in it. So we'll cover some of that on a podcast as well. And Melissa is sitting in the car on the phone. We are making killer time on our trek to Iowa.